Good afternoon. I'm Rich Whitney, 2006 Green Party candidate for governor, and also the state volunteer coordinator for the Cynthia McKinney Power to the People campaign. And I just wanted to remind folks that although you wouldn't know it from watching most of the corporate network media, there are more than two candidates running for president of the United States. And while there's a lot of the coverage about the horse race going on, we need to remember that voters have other choices and that they don't need to settle for selecting the lesser of two evils, but can also select the values that they really support. They don't have to select two pro-war candidates. They can select an anti-war candidate. They don't have to select two candidates who both believe that the private for-profit insurance system should be part of our healthcare system. They can support a candidate who supports single-payer healthcare. And they don't have to support two candidates who each agreed on the need to bail out the predators of Wall Street. We have a candidate who is standing up for the people and believes that our tax dollars should be spent more wisely on investing in human beings and trying to raise their standards of living and their economic opportunities.
First of all, I would characterize both the Democratic and Republican parties as special interest parties. And so therefore, unfortunately, that is where the special interests reside in our country. And we can see the perversion of policy as a result of the presence of special interests within those camps. For our visit here in Illinois this time around, we are celebrating our candidates and encouraging people to get to know those candidates. Those candidates have already been out doing the hard work of grassroots campaigning. And so this is sort of our last minute push to just put our imprimatur onto their campaigns and to encourage people to vote the entire ballot, and wherever there are green candidates, to vote green. The Green Party, first and foremost, stands for peace. Peace is one of the four pillars upon which public policy recommendations are made. And so, for example, the war in Iraq and the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, the Green Party was first and foremost against them both. The Green Party stands against a surge in Afghanistan, which of course both of the other candidates advocate. The Green Party is against NATO expansion. And it's clear that Dick Cheney drew up a list of 60 countries and said that these are our enemy states and that we need to expect war for the next generation. The Green Party rejects a war footing for the U.S. economy, rejects U.S. militarism, rejects spending $720 million every day for war at the same time as young people who want nothing more than to get a college education, and yet they end up tens of thousands of dollars in debt. Education, higher education, ought to be subsidized. And so one should not even have to think about taking out a student loan just to get an education, whether it's a vocational education or it's a university education. The operation of the war machine consumes the kinds of resources that takes away opportunity for us to invest in our infrastructure, for us to envision a different kind of United States. There are so many ways in which we can change the organization of our economy. We can change our priorities, but we have to envision that and we have to vote for that. And we can't be put into the box of two-party conformity because we'll never get that. I think people in Illinois care about peace. I think people in Illinois care about social justice. How can we have a presidential election where the death penalty isn't even discussed, and we've got a young man on death row in my home state of Georgia? People in Illinois care about green issues, and so it is our responsibility to carry our message to the people of Illinois and everywhere else in this country that needs to hear a different message.